we'll go to the next section, which is the last section of this chapter, which is 3.5, protecting the environment. It's really important to protect the environment because we only got one, right? And it doesn't speak English, so we have to speak for it. And if you scroll to the right and up, it'll go full screen. Hey, Chief. So the common thing for section 3.5, protecting the environment, is to follow your local environmental regulations. Say it with me. Follow your local environmental regulations. Now, that's relevant for this course, but also for you in your career. You're going to be stationed in different locations and different countries. You don't want to just be putting stuff away, right? Aerosol cans, toner, ink, explosives, gas, right? In other countries, they may have significantly more strict recycling laws. And you, being a representative of the U.S., you don't want to do that, right? We always want to put on a good face, right? We're going to follow your laws, etc. Does that make sense to everyone? Yes. Now, an advantage of this is whichever base you go to, they're going to have a place called DRMO, D-R-M-O, destruction, removal, material ordinance, maybe, or something like that. Whatever. That's where you can go to get rid of stuff. We're going to get rid of this desk. We can take it to DRMO. They'll have stuff for wood. We get rid of this monitor. They'll have electronic disposal or recycling. Same for aerosol cans, paint, etc. So for you, right, it'll be easy to follow your local environmental regulations. You'll go to DRMO. There's people that do this full-time as their jobs, and they'll help guide you in the right direction. However, for us, we still need to know some things. So for example, batteries just went in my smoke detector. I threw them in the trash can and put some new ones in. Is that the right thing to do? No. Why not? Batteries can explode. Maybe you've seen videos of them explode or catching on fire. Or garbage trucks catching on fire, right, when they're compressed. So you're not just being lazy, you're causing potential risk to someone's life, etc., as well as potentially damaging the environment. So batteries, a lot of places will have collection days or places you can bring them. We would take them to DRMO, but for batteries, we want to follow our local environmental regulations. Monitors, like these here, right? We're going to take those to DRMO. We're going to follow our local environmental regulations. However, with older monitors, such as CRT or cathode ray tubes, those are actually tubes with gases in them. They can stay ionized or energized for years. So you think, oh, the CRT is just here, and boom, you throw it in a dumpster. Well, those tubes break, those gases get out, you can breathe them in, which is bad, but it can also shock you, etc. So you want to handle those with care. They've got rare earth, minerals, materials, glass, gases, etc. So be careful. Hoo-yah? And some monitors can contain, from the EPA, the older ones, up to 4 pounds of lead. So the old ones. Good. Toner and ink. Inkjet printers use ink. Laser printers use toner. For both of those, you want to take those to DRMO. You want to follow your local environmental regulations. Do not throw those in the trash. You need to recycle that toner, that ink. Now, for commercial, for you as an individual, a lot of places when you buy it, they'll include a shipping label for free where you can ship it back to recycling for free. And if you don't want to go, you can usually schedule a pickup then with FedEx or USPS or UPS, wherever they scheduled it for. Easy day? Chemical solvents, aerosol cans. We want to follow our local environmental regulations. We don't want to throw these down the sink. We don't want to just throw these anywhere. These are compressed air, right? Not good, not safe. Cell phones and tablets. We want to follow our local environmental regulations. There's gold in there. There's metals. There's a lot of things, right? They're hazardous. And you know you can probably get money for those too, for trading them in. So, and then they'll recycle them. There's machines. I'm not sure if there's any in Pensacola where you can take your phone, connect it, it'll identify what phone it is, the condition, and it'll give you cash for it. Yeah. I don't know if there's, They exist. I don't know if there's any around here. They're scams? Well, what were you going to do with it? Just throw it away? And I mean, they're not going to give you what they're going to make on it, right? They've got to make a profit as well. And you were just going to do nothing with it. So, and the biggest thing is it's getting recycled. Good? All right, moving on. Who had a job before the Navy? Johnson Brown, where'd you work? Coca-Cola. I believe they make Pepsi and Mountain Dew, right? Just kidding. Tucker, where'd you work? Pinterest. Okay, awesome. Up here, Watkins, where'd you work? Fire department. That's going to be good for later. Where'd you work? Honda. A dishwasher. All right, so that's enough examples, right? So in every one of those jobs, I bet you were trained on an MSDS. Have you heard of these before? What does MSDS stand for?
Material safety data sheets.
Material safety data sheet. This is a huge requirement, right? We've got to know where it's located. And on that, right, for everything from Windex, it'll say, well, it's not explosive, but if it was, it would say how explosive it is or reactive, what temperature needs to be stored at. If you ingest it orally, you swallow it, right? What do you need to do? What's the number for poison control? If you get it in your eyes, what do you need to do? Etc. But for Windex, probably not a big deal, right? As a dishwasher, you probably had a lot of chemicals, maybe bleach, etc. The car dealership, you've got oils, etc. So this is going to have everything you need to know about every material in that workplace. It is a stiff requirement to have that. Now, they don't call them MSDSs anymore. What did MSDS stand for? Material Safety Data Sheet. Here they're just calling them SDS, which is Safety Data Sheet. Does this make sense to everyone? We need to talk any more about this. Most people who've had a job have seen this before, right? Okay, awesome. All right, moving on. OSHA, right? Occupational Safety and Health Administration has a lot of governing documents on SDSs, on safe disposal of things, etc. But of course, we're going to follow our local environmental regulations. Any questions? I have questions for you.
No.
True or false? Disposal regulations vary from state to state and country to country.
True.
CRT, cathode ray tube monitors, may contain dangerously high voltage after being unplugged.
True.
It is acceptable to dispose of small mobile phones, such as cell phones, in landfills.
False.
False. OSHA requires that all hazardous materials be accompanied by an SDS. True. We'll hit submit. Close. Look at that, another 100%.
Good job.
All right, escape. Are there any questions on that last section?
No.
Are there any questions on chapter 3? No. We're going to take a break.